you talk about the transition to the right side?
Yeah, I mean, it's basically just a flip-flop thing, you know? You do everything that you do on the left side, do it on the right, except everything's reversed. You know, it's not as hard as people sometimes make it seem. You know, transition's a transition, it's different. But for me, you know, I feel it smoothly, and I'm gonna give them all.
Well, did you do anything special? Like, you look trimmer and you know, like you added some bulk. I mean, did you do anything to prep for this transition to be more versatile?
Appreciate that. You're the first one that notices. No, but yeah, I did, you know, up my training, a lot more intensity, a lot more conditioning, a lot more, you know, just did different things that I did in the past. You know, there was a famous saying by my college strength coach that, you know, stuck with me all off season. You know, if you always do what you always did, you always get what you always got. So I did a lot of things differently this year, ate different, worked out different. But yeah, I mean, at the end of the day, still training for football, still, you know, going out there practicing my craft, just on the other side, and that's about it.
Did you want to do that, or did somebody tell you to do that, or did you just look at the film and say, okay, I got to do something different?
Oh, I mean, it's I guess you could say it's both. You know, me, the coaches, other players, you know, my teammates, we all, you know, talked a little bit. You know, I hear everybody out, but at the end of the day, this is what I want to do, and that's where I want to be.
Hi, Will. I'm so happy to see you. I'm Lulu Gomez from Univision 41, and you are Latino, Will, orgullosamente de raíces mexicanas. Y precisamente uno de los objetivos este año del equipo es hacer crecer a la audiencia latina, ya que pues somos muchos, más de 3 millones en el área. ¿Cómo te sientes de representarnos como latino usando la camiseta azul?
No, pues es mucho orgullo para mí y mi familia. Es algo que no tomamos muy nada más de así. Es algo que yo cada vez que salgo a practicar, yo llevo en mi mente y practico y hago todo lo que tengo que hacer con toda mi gente en mente.
Gracias, eres un orgullo latino.
Muchas gracias.
Well, you mentioned that you know, it's not that big of a. When's the last time you played on the right side?
I guess you could say high school. I played right guard all throughout high school, and I did get, you know, I switched out a little bit in college as well. Kugler had me, you know, playing both sides also just in case. And so, I mean, I guess you could say I played right guard all my life, just not as much, you know, in my recent years.
Did at any point in the spring or did you run out there and go to the left side, you know, like muscle memory?
I don't. Oh yeah, I mean, I can transition left or right.
Just
whenever.
go. You're supposed to be on the right, and you went to the left by mistake.
Oh no, that didn't happen. You know, once I get locked in at right, I'm right. But I mean, yeah, I am ready just in case, you know, I ever get called back to the left, back to the right. That's the cool thing about, you know, playing both sides now. I can kind of transition a little bit easier, and yeah.
Can you talk about the benefit that you got from the work you did with Duke Manyweather this offseason?
Yeah, you know, I think one of the best things about working out there is that you're with a bunch of guys around the league. So you can learn a lot. You can also compete a lot. You know, you got guys that are there with the same goals, with the same intentions, working hard. So it kind of pushes you naturally, you know, instead of just working out by yourself, which I did, you know, my previous years. But no, yeah, the best part about it is the camaraderie and the competition that it builds because all the guys are there doing the same thing.
Since Patty brought it up, can you tell us how much weight you lost?
You know, I think around like 20 pounds, something like that.
So what are you now?
I mean, it's not, you know, it's not too much, let's not focus too much on the weight, you know, because I did, you know, lose body fat, gain muscle, and so all that comes into play. It's not just like a straight, you know, weight thing, but I mean, around there, 20 pounds. So.
Well, considering what you, I'm sorry, you went through a rough year last year between COVID, and I'm sure, I think I'd heard you had an injury that you were dealing with, so you had a lot of things going against you. What has that taught you about yourself, your resolve, and how are you applying those lessons to this year and just, you know, showing everybody that you are worthy of being out there?
Well, you know what, there's things that happen to you that you just can't control, and that was one of them for me. You know, I didn't like it at all, obviously, but I had to deal with it. And, you know, all that, you know, time that I missed, you know, because of it, you know, has just taught me how much more important the time that I have now is. So now I try not to, you know, waste any reps, waste any time, waste any, you know, I try to do everything even better than I did before. Because I value that time a lot more because I had to sit out.
Were you physically 100% coming back, you know, after being on the COVID list? I mean, or were you still bothered?
No, I mean, at all times I was ready to play. But, there's just some things that you just can't tell whether you're good or bad until after the fact or until after, time passes. I couldn't really give you an answer on that, but, I was always ready to go in and play if I needed to for my
Well,
team.
what makes Leonard Williams so difficult to block?
Leonard Williams, I would say, he's just he has everything. He has the speed, he has the agility, he has the strength. He has the size, and for a guy his size, he moves very well. So when you put all those together, that's what makes him very dangerous.
Well,
When
given the
you had all
restrictions, given the restrictions,
When you had all those things going on, the negativity and all that stuff that was going on, did you ever say, why me? Or did you have somebody kind of like keeping you from hitting, the emotional rock bottom, so to speak?
No, never that why me mentality, that victim mentality. I wasn't raised that way at all. You deal with what's happening. You can't control it. Did I like it? No. But it was never oh, poor me, blah, blah, blah. I always just, said, what, when my time comes, I'm going to make sure I take advantage of it. And that's what I'm doing now.
so given the
I think it's going to be a great competition. Like I kind of said in that with the Duke Manyweather training, it kind of just brings out, a little bit more out of everybody, and it gives you that competition, and it naturally makes you just step up your game. So same concept. We're going to step up our game. We're going to want to have good practices against them. We're going to want to win every day against every team. So naturally, it's just going to make us better as a team.
With this being day one, your fresh start, as a unit, the offensive line, what's the mindset on improving? With Daniel taking his next step, with adding weapons like Galladay, what is kind of the focus right now as you start off this season?
Our focus right now is just to get better overall as a team. I'm going to let those guys take care of their own positions and their own jobs. But starting with the offensive line, all we got to do is just block better, give those guys a chance, and those guys won't disappoint.
Well, given the restrictions that are against the people that don't get vaccinated, is there more incentive this year than ever before to get vaccinated?
I'm the last person that it gets to talk about vaccinations. I decided to get mine. I respect the decision of any of my teammates and any coaches that if they decide to get theirs or not. I'm nobody to judge, and we're just going to leave it at that.
Well, was your head spinning a little bit after last year? You got the virus, you came back, you lost your job. You're sitting there going, what happened to me?
No, that's one thing about me. I always had confidence in myself, and I know what I've always been able to do and what I can do, and I have the same mentality now. Now I just get the chance to actually show it, which makes me really happy.